All right, hello. How are you all doing today, this evening? I'm here to touch on some things concerning mental health. Although we are going to be elaborating on a lot that's coming out of the book. Don't forget the unspoken truth and life story. The actual physical copy is going to be coming out January 16th. But as you know, right now, it's actually on Kindle for $1.99. So if you guys want to go ahead and share, like and tell other people about the book, that would be very appreciative of you. I really appreciate that. So here we are. Like I said, I want to speak on some of this mental health because there's been some real disturbing things that's been happening throughout the world, just in general, when it comes to mental health. And just to elaborate just a little bit on part of what I spoke about actually in this book, I believe it's on page about 58, page 58, where I spoke about, never letting your mind wander. Um, so that entails with, a wandering mind, especially an uneducated mind, it can always head to madness, depression, and a lot of trouble. Most times, often days, we see a lot of people out here in the world. We may think people are happy and people are excited and living these, enjoyous lives. But behind those selfies, I mentioned in one post, I said, behind those selfies, people are really, really hurting. They're really hurting behind these selfies. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Eric. Yes, sir. It's my brother right there. And people are hurting in so many different ways. So in better terms, we got to check on our folks. You got to check on people that you believe that's of importance to you. And even if they're not important of you, everybody's life matters. Just today, rest in peace, Stanley Baptiste. I seen where if y'all looked at the news, like in the Philadelphia area, where the three toddlers, there were three triplets. Actually, the father, I know him personally. I used to work with him years ago, side to side. You would have never thought he would have did what he did. What he did was he went down there and he shot his kid's mother in the head, killed her. Thank God nothing happened to the kids. But then when the cops caught up to him, they found the kids safe in the house up Lansdale. But when the cops caught up to him, he went and took his own life. He put a gun to his head. Mental health is serious out here, y'all. A lot of people go through a lot of depressions, and a lot of times depression comes from, just stressful life events. There's no right and wrong, answer of why a person is depressed. You may be suffering from low self-esteem. You may be suffering, just to be accepted by people. You may be accepted because you may not, like I said, low self-esteem, how you look or whatever the case may be, but it's okay to seek help. It's okay to confide in someone that you trust to vent to. But I encourage you that never have that thought in your mind that you want to take your own life. Just know that it's always somebody that's probably doing worse than you are. Period. A lot of people, I thank you all, who check in on me and things like that. I appreciate that. But I thank God, that I never had that thought process of harming myself or being in that depression, in a depressive state. Because remember, when you take your life, there's no coming back from that. That's just period. When you look at the celebrities, like Twitch that just took his life. You may think he had the world going on, the Ellen show, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's dancing, he's performing without a care in the world. But look what happened. That comes to show you never know, what people are going through. It's good to check up on people. And I know you want people to check up on you. But this thing is real in the world. You look at Robin Williams. He was a star. Anthony Bourdain. These people were moguls. I used to watch Anthony Bourdain on TV in prison, watching him, travel the world, tasting out different foods and, doing great ventures. And here it is, he couldn't handle the world and hung himself. That's tough. It's tough there. But we have to remember that this world, it can be cold. It can be very cold. And sometimes a lot of people that deal with a lot of pride, tends to want to hold it in. You want to isolate. You want to, go into, behind closed doors and cry. It's okay to let the things out, but don't stay in a state where it's going to really change your mood swing, where it's going to allow you to have that schizophrenia. There's different stages of depression and, different things. But again, we are, as a people, just in whole, as a human being, it's always best to try to build somebody up. Never tear somebody down because you may think that they're lower than you. You never know. You never know an individual's situation. I've seen my phone rings a lot. Like with both phones, it rings a lot where people are going through a lot of things. Some people are going through things with their children. Children thinking suicide thoughts. They on TikTok telling them to kill themselves and it's not worth it. And, one time I was scrolling on TikTok and I was looking at like some of the videos and I'm like, like some stuff, is pretty good. You can learn some things off of there. But then there's some, it's just like, wow, it's worse than horror films. Like when you look at the things that they promote and the things, that allow the kids to think, that it's okay to be in a depressive mode and not share things or not seek help. Nah, that's not cool. That's why I encourage parents, check on your children. It may be hard because you work a lot, but at the same time, you have to find some type of time, some type of quality time. Ask yourself, when's the last time you sat at the dinner table with all the kids at the table as a family? And just discuss little things. How was school? Is anything going on there? Are you getting bullied? Because there's some people, they get bullied. Some kids get bullied and they keep it to themselves. Other kids see it. They don't say nothing. But you got to be aware of what's going on. Don't be so caught up on the outside scene where you're going to the parties and you're doing this and you're doing that and not paying attention to what's going on in your child's room, because your child is probably in TikTok figuring out ways how to kill themselves. I've seen plenty of testimonies where kids were saying, look, I didn't want to live anymore because XYZ was going on. XYZ was going on in the school. XYZ was going on where the stepfather or the mom's boyfriend was touching on the child or something like that. That stuff is that's emotional, physical, mental. That's all the type of abuses there is to be when it comes to the mental health stage. But we gotta check. We gotta, hold each other, accountable or to those who you think is dear to you, who you believe dear to you. Because like I said, there's been plenty of states where, again, speaking from behind the wall perspective of when I was incarcerated, there's plenty of times where I could have lost my mind. But I never fell through those cracks. Like I've always been joyous. I told somebody the other day, I said, if you check a lot of my pictures from in prison, I was smiling. Because I never allowed myself to be locked up here. See, I'm free right now, but it's still a lot of people that's free out here, but they're locked up here. It's a big difference. It's a big difference between being locked up physically and being locked up mentally. Now, some people are locked up physically and mentally. But a lot of people don't know how to get, out of that stage. There's a lot of kids that fell when they were my age. The ones that were, 15, 16, they grew up inside there, lost their mind. They don't know how to think. They couldn't read or write, so they were depressed a lot. They fell into, sexual sin of homosexuality. There's a lot of different things that can result from these different types of depressions and, mental health challenges. A lot of times we look at people that's going through things, may have their hair looking crazy or their face looking crazy. We'll rather post a video about that person instead of saying, hey, let me see if I can help that person or steer them in the right direction. There's many a hotlines, many a places you can call and reach out to because, again, it's okay to seek help. So again, I don't know who's watching this, I don't know, because there's a lot of people that suffer from depression. Some people, they go through things, especially a lot of mothers. Especially a lot of single, I always emphasize on the single mothers, because single mothers, you got to work, you got to come home, you got to clean, you got to cook, you got to find out how you're going to, how you going to pay the bills, you got to figure out how you're going to feed them. And I understand that can be very depressive because you wasn't meant to take care of the kids alone. It takes two to make one. It takes two to make a child. That's why it says when you do come together, when you clearly become one, husband, wife, or some have it out of wedlock, when you do come, it takes two to make one. And it takes a village to raise one. But yeah, drop your questions, comments, concerns, anything in the chat. Feel free. I appreciate it. It says, Brandon says, thank you, Keenan. This is a much needed conversation. Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Yes, sir. E, I appreciate, yes, realness being spoken. Yes, Brandy, is true. Camille, 100. Indeed. Again, like I said, people go through things daily basis, not just adults, but the kids. You got to watch the kids, especially at the teenage years. Teenage years, those are the most dangerous. It says right now, statistics say right now, 2020, in 2022, there was 700,000 suicides in America. That's almost 1 million. That's a lot of people. Like, that's a lot of people. So again, check on people. See how people are doing. Not just say, oh, how you doing? And that's it. Because some people can say, I'm doing okay, but they act like they're doing nice, but really doing bad. You know what I'm saying? They be really doing bad. You'd be surprised, how many, kids want to lock themselves in a room, don't want to go to school. They hate school. They don't want to do things because of the bullying, the physical bullying, the cyber bullying, and different things that's going on. But again, going back to like these celebrities, y'all may see, like you said, I know some like influencers that you may think got it all together. But listen, I'm telling you, like I know them personally, their mental state, they can't handle a lot of the pressures and a lot of the things, that they go through on a daily basis just to keep up a facade to say, oh, yeah, I can't let these people see that I'm broke, or I can't let them see that I'm down. Because they'll smile all day. Again, the celebrities, they'll smile all day. You may think they have money. You may think they have a good life. You may think they have a good marriage. It may look like it's a bunch of public success, but they'll tell you about the private failures. They'll tell you about that because they're worried about how people are going to view them. Think about it. How are they going to view you? Are they going to accept me? How many people go through the peer pressures of being accepted by somebody or being accepted by a group or a crowd? Just imagine the stress and the pain and the distress that it puts on a person mentally, physically, spiritually, in all realms of life, all dimensions. Yes, this is a very important this is a topic, subject. Yes, you have to put emphasis on this because mental health is real. Depression is real. I've seen people, like literally, I'm telling you, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a mental health counselor, but I speak to a lot of people, men, women, like I'm talking about that go through a lot of things. And you'll be surprised of the trials that they go through trying to keep it together. And then they see the kids, sometimes don't appreciate it because they just don't, they're really too young to really know and understand what's really going on. But just imagine, the older generation, the grown kids. The grown kids are still living in mommy basement, still living in mommy room. And when I'm speaking of grown kids, a lot of people say, 18 years old is considered grown, when in reality, the average 18-year-old is not ready to move out of mommy's house. Hands down. Hands down. But if a grown man, if you're a grown man, if you literally over 21 and you still living with mommy, that's still a bunch of a lot of stress on mommy, especially if you're not working and you're not doing nothing. But I blame it on the parents, because parents, you should kick them out there. You should go ahead and put them to work somewhere and but I understand, yeah, you say they may not survive. They're not survive, they're not ready for that. But listen, when are they going to be? Because then you got to ask yourself, did you raise them to be prepared for life? Because like you said, life can be, people always say life can be a big struggle. It could be, it could be a big, it's a big race. You know what I'm saying? It's a big race. But like I said, I'm not saying that, I got everything all together, this, that, and the third. But I thank God that I'm able to work through things. Feel free, drop your questions. All right, here it say, here go Eric Marshall. Okay, he says, I don't talk about it, but when I was incarcerated in 2012 and 2015, my son's mother took her life. So yes, I know firsthand about this conversation. Wow, that's powerful. My brother E, right there, my brother E, man, we work. Yeah, we seen each other come up with each other. Listen, man, that was really powerful for you to say that, man. That was very powerful for you to mention that. That's just, wow. Like, that just helped a lot of other people, that just enlightened them. Like, wow, that's a serious thing. Like you said, you can see what she probably went through. The things she was bad on with. That's serious. It's a serious thing with mental health. And I appreciate you sharing that. I really do. I really do. That was a powerful, powerful statement. This conversation is very important. It's very important. Because I'm telling you, like, sometimes I can, I just think on things, like some ways that I cope. Like even if I'm going through like a certain day or whatever days I have, me personally, I try. I don't stress. I don't do the stressing thing. Even if I'm having a bad day, because we all have our days. Sometimes we have ups, sometimes we have downs. Cool. But some things I do to cope, I cruise. I drive. I throw my music on. I could drive down Atlantic City, right? Get to Atlantic City, turn around, come right back. Just for the drive, just for the cruise. I could go to Baltimore just for the cruise and come right back, just cruising with the windows down, laid back, just thinking, what's my next strategy? What's my next move? But again, everybody copes differently. Everybody copes differently. But again, I encourage parents, check on your kids. But then I also encourage parents, adults, you also check on each other. Check on each other, because it's not, it's not a one-sided thing. It's not a, look at you pouring out all of yourself, but who's pouring into you? So that leads back to the accountability part. That's very important. So again, I encourage y'all, if y'all got any questions, like I said, I just wanted to touch on the mental health part, because that was very important. Again, I just seen a brother, like I said, that I worked with literally side to side, supervisors. We sitting here numbering out numbers, and he come in, he used to speak about before when y'all look at this story on the news, Stanley Baptiste, it just happened with the 3 Tyler's in Philadelphia. He used to come before the kids was even born. He used to come there, celebrating about them. Like, yeah, I got my triplets coming, this, that, and the third. This is gonna be amazing. I was like, dang, man, that's what's up. Then bang, that happened. I was shocked. I was like, whoa. Because the mother got gunned down. The children's mother got gunned down. He gunned them down, then turned around and took his own life. Telling y'all, mental health is serious out here. We don't know what the situation, allocated from. We don't know what the mode. We don't know, but it's really bad out here. It's really bad. But all we can do is continue to stay strong, pray, stay, prayed up, and really know that it's a battle here. Again, I'm free out of prison, and although I'm free, but I'm free here as well. There's a lot of people that's free out here in the world, but they're not free indeed. See, to be free is one thing. To be free out here in the world, physically is cool, but to be free indeed mentally, that's a battlefield of the mind. That's the battlefield of the mind. Yes, I mention all the time. I've seen depression at its highest wits. I've seen it. I mean, I've been depressed before years ago, but like I said, I overcame that. But again, and I think I speak in my book here, when I spoke about alone in alone in the house when my mom passed. I was going through a lot then, when my mom passed. It was like I had nothing else to live for. Like what else was, is there to live for, when you lose your mother. Everybody know that. You lose your mother. And I'm not saying, I'm not saying that fathers don't mean anything. But I do believe that a mother is a son's first love. Period. Hands down. You lose your mother, come on. That's why I tell a lot of people, like, you better thank God you have your mother. Thank God that you had your father. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people don't have mommy and daddy to run to. I can't stop moving forward. I got to stay on a constant grind. Why? Because I don't have nobody to fall back on. That's why. I don't have mommy and daddy to run to. If Keenan doesn't stay on the grind, if Keenan doesn't keep doing what he's doing, Keenan's not going to eat. Keenan's not going to have bills paid. Keenan's not going to, be able to support himself. And I'm just speaking straight light. This is just facts. This is just, I'm keeping it a beam, 100%. Be happy that you have your mommy and daddy if they're still alive. You better cherish them because it's a command to do so. I'm telling you, I get serious when I talk about that because people don't know how good they have it. Some parents, some parents like even if they raise their kids up in a different environment, better environment, cool. Some people have better lives than others. I see some people, brag about their kids. Oh yeah, look at my child. Look at them. Look at that. Da, 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 da. Yeah, cool. But some people, are in different predicaments. I didn't have the best childhood. I come up in some of the rough parts. I come up, going through being in a lot of fights and a lot of different things and stuff of that nature. I played football. I was aggressive. I was in the mix of a lot of things. But again, I guess we all go through our situations and struggles. But again, y'all have any questions, comments? Go ahead, drop them in, y'all. We've been on for about 25 minutes now. I know I've spoke a lot. I know I always speak a lot. But feel free. Any questions, comments, concerns? I want to hear your feedback. Is there anything else I should touch on? Do y'all have any questions about the book? Is the book, how is it coming along? Did you check it out? Remember, it's on Kindle, Amazon Kindle right now. You can go there. You can go through my website, which is KeenanHudson.com. Also, the actual physical book is going to be coming out January 16th. Be posted. There may be a book signing. We're still putting things in the air of how things are going to transpire, but don't worry. If you need that autographed copy, we'll make accommodations. Even if I got to drive to you, So, it's up to y'all. So let me know. Are y'all dropping comments? Is everything coming up? I'm gonna check right now just to make sure, because I don't know if let me check and make sure. I just want to make sure if I'm catching all the comments. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, so again, so if there's no comments, questions, concerns, like I said, thank y'all for having me tonight. I just wanted, that's all I did is touch on a little bit of the mental health situation, that's been going on, throughout this world. We're definitely under attack. But like you said, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So always remember that. Yeah, say yes, need that book. A say yes, sir. E nice indeed. It's going to be coming January 16th. But keep y'all posted. Keep y'all posted on everything. It's gonna be great. Then it's gonna be books coming after that. It's gonna be books coming after that teaching, individuals behind the walls, teaching people out here in society. It's gonna be a universal thing. And again, it's all for the betterment, of building each other, building, a world, a good world of people that, that can build others, so it's very powerful. But again, y'all, any other questions, comments, concerns? Like I said, we've been on 26 minutes now. I'm gonna try to probably stay on for like 30 minutes. Like 30 minutes. I know usually we be having all these different questions. Okay, hey, Miss Darcel. She said, I was the one who went to work every day like nothing was wrong, but wanted to drive off the bridge on my way home, but God. Wow. That's powerful. Powerful, Miss Darcel. I really appreciate you sharing that. And like you said, going back to thinking everybody is just doing just fantastically well. Oh, yeah, this person, oh, yeah, they got it all together. No. Look at Miss Darcel, very beautiful woman, very beautiful. But like you said, but she thought, she was the one that just went to work like nothing was wrong. Everything is well, just like Twitch, Robin Williams, Anthony Bourdain. Everything is well. We're traveling the world. Oh, yeah. But then here it go. We got these thoughts in our mind playing back. We're doing bad, but act like we're doing nice. Doing bad, but act like we're doing nice. But again, yeah, I appreciate you sharing that, Darcel. People, that allows people to open up and see, like, wow, that really does go on. A lot of people think that that marriages in general, like, oh yeah, everybody has a perfect marriage. Oh, look at this couple, or look at that couple, this, that, and the third. Like I remember a couple, and I don't mean to bring this up because I don't think this is the platform to do it. But there was a pastor couple, and when I first came home, I actually had a basement efficiency. There was a pastor couple that lived on top of me. Right, I'm not going to mention names but long story short, they were pastors. They were young pastors at that. They was actually like my age. Like they were young pastors. But here it was, you would hear them arguing. Now, this is a side of church. They had a big following on Facebook. You would hear them arguing and stuff, but I paid it no mind. I didn't judge because I knew people were still human beings. But then when things escalated, when they went to a church, that's when things blew out of proportion. The pastor actually had an affair with one of the ladies in the congregation, and then the wife pastor wound up marrying the sister of the guy, brother. Like it was a mess. And these are people I confided in. They hurt a lot. They hurt a lot of people. A lot of people was depressed because of that. And again, I don't throw that in their face, but it's like you never know what's going on behind closed doors. People will always fail you, in life. Okay, Miss Wanda. No, this is okay. Chandra. Okay. It says we all had ups and downs in life. Learning how to cope is key. This is needed. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Am I pronouncing that right? Is it because I want to say Sandra, but then I say, is it Chandra? Sandra. Okay, I'll just say Sandra. Sandra Gore. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. You're right. This is much needed. Absolutely. I appreciate it. Hello, Erica. Okay. Yeah, we're touching on mental health. Mental health awareness. Depression is real. Things are real out here. Sharing these things. Chandra. Okay. Got you. Oh, it's pronounced as okay, Chandra. Okay. Got you. I'm sorry. I didn't want to mispronounce it. Yeah, so sorry about that. But yeah, this is definitely, like I say, a good time to, like I say, check on people, check on folks, check on children, check on people that you think may be going through something. Because you never know. You never know. You never know. All right, here go Darcel. Darcel said the church is filled with sick, hurting people in need of healing, including those in leadership. The enemy bombards the minds with various dark. Yep. Got to guard your heart and mind. Absolutely. That's true. And that's where, like you said, that's where the sick and the hurt, goes to seek refuge. That's who come. That's what the sanctuary is for. That's what it's for. It's for people that's hurt and sick. It didn't come for those who were well. A doctor doesn't come to people that aren't best of health. No, a doctor comes for those who are sick. So it's a lot of ways. Again, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of ways. That's why you gotta be prepared. You gotta be, strong. Also, Mr. Darcel, I can't wait for you to come out with your book. That'd be powerful book, Mr. Darcel. Can't wait. Like I say, y'all, it's real out here. It's real out here. So again, if y'all got any questions, answers, concerns, go ahead, drop them in the chat. I'll go ahead, I'll answer them the best I can. Like I said, it's been 32 minutes now. We're doing good. I'm trying not to go over an hour. I really don't want to go an hour, but I'm just giving y'all time just in case I gotta. Oh, we back. We back. My bad. I thought I exited off the broadcast. My fault. Yeah. So y'all have a good night. All right. So I'm gonna just go before this broadcast start acting up again. So y'all go ahead. Y'all take care. Good night. I'll probably might go live again at the end of this week. Not sure. I'll keep y'all posted. Again, if y'all not already on the YouTube channel, go to YouTube under my name, Keenan Hudson. Like, share, subscribe. Again, I'm just be having this on all the platforms where we're gonna be just doing like normal talks. Don't be surprised if I call on you, ask you all, to try come on and chime in a little bit, just to talk about rather be different things about the book or even different things like even just regular talk about life, such as mental health, as I did today. So y'all go ahead, y'all have a good night, all right? So y'all go ahead, peace out. You throw your hearts in the chat, your fire, your waves, your bars. You know what I mean? So. But yes, indeed. So it's Keenan Hudson, y'all, and I'm signing out now. All right. Peace. All right. Got a wave. Okay. All right, Brandy.